Okay, I would like to speak about God needing us. What does that mean, God needs us? God needs us doesn't mean that He needs us like we need food and water. That's one definition of the word need. You can't live without it. Without it, you'll die. That's one definition. But when we say God needs us, obviously nothing will happen to Him if He didn't create us. He would remain infinite, He would remain what He was. He doesn't need us in that manner. However, when you need something, when something is really important to you, and you really, really want it, that's also called a need. So God needs us is another way of saying, to God, we are really important and He really wants us. Now, there are those who say that only applies to lower levels of godliness, not to God at His essence. Okay. Well, so you're saying that a God is at His essence doesn't care about us. Okay, then why did He create the world? At the beginning, there was only Hashem's essence. And every creation that came after that was for this world. So you can't say God created lower realms for the lower realms, because they're only a means to an end. The end goal is us. So Hashem creates Atzilus in mind for Asiya, for us, for our world. So we're the real deal over here. We're what Hashem wants. Hashem's essence before everything, when He created the world, He was only thinking about us, nothing else. Everything else is a means to an end. It says that straight out in Tanya. Very clearly in Tanya does it say that. So then why did He create us? Why did He create all the worlds? For what? Without a care? I'm creating all this, but I don't care about any of it. It's nonsensical. There's no sense to say that. I just want to say one last thing. Thinking about the opposite opinion, I say the opposite opinion, I mean that God doesn't need us. What's their explanation? Why did Hashem create the world? What could they possibly say? The only answer I could think of is that they would say that, well, just because I can't explain why God would create the world if He doesn't care about us, doesn't prove that He cares about us. So if anybody's going to say that, that sounds very much like what atheists say about the creation of the world. Just because I can't explain how the world came to be without God doesn't prove that there's a God. Very similar. Now, I'm not going to say because of this, so that's it. Believe that that a God needs us. However, people should be opened up to this reality that there is no explanation to the creation of the world by explaining that God doesn't need us. Which means this opinion has a huge question mark lying over it. So why did God create the world? Now, as long as you have that question and you have no answer for it, you can't dismiss the possibility of God needing us. So I hope anybody who sees this video will understand, without an answer to that question, you cannot say God doesn't need us. That needs to go. To say God doesn't need us, you can't say that. The most you can say is that I don't know. Maybe He does, maybe He doesn't, I really don't know. Okay, that's logical to make such a conclusion. I'm humbled by recognizing that there's things that I don't know that are above me. Maybe there's a reason that I just can't understand. Okay, fine. There are teachings in Hasidus and Kabbalah do seem to say that God doesn't care about us on the world above, at His essence. But I think Rabbi Manos Friedman already addressed those teachings and explained them. So, yeah. God needs us. We are important to Him. He loves us. And we should take that message with us for the rest of our lives.